So Jimmy Buffett passed away, and I definitely wanted to talk about it, but I lost my uncle the day before Jimmy Buffett passed away, and so that definitely had all of my attention, and I was focused on the family during that time. But when I got the news that Jimmy Buffett passed, I realized we're losing a lot of the great ones. Now, I never was much of a beach person. I'm fair-skinned, so I don't do well out in the sun for very long. I've never really cared for tequila or pina coladas or margaritas. I've never really cared for the salt life that everyone has that ridiculous sticker here in the mountains of Tennessee. It never made sense to me. Salt life stickers on a Ford Explorer in East Tennessee, I don't get it. But anyway, that never really appealed to me. But what did appeal to me was Jimmy Buffett's songwriting ability. And the one thing that I would say to anyone who has only listened to songs, by heart, who's only listened to the beach and the tropical style of music, if that's all you ever heard of Jimmy Buffett and that's all that you are familiar with, you're completely missing out. Because Jimmy Buffett was one of the greatest songwriters that ever lived, and there was so much more depth there than people would ever realize. I've been deep diving and binge listening to his catalog, which I've done from time to time over the years. And every time I've ever done that, I've said, wait a minute, there's more to this guy than Margaritaville. There is a whole lot of really deep songs. There's a whole lot of, the wordplay is just brilliant. The way that he puts his words together, the way he tells a story. He's not the most diverse musician in the world. He doesn't change it up very much, but he keeps you hooked and he keeps you listening. And I can just remember being a kid going down in my aunt's basement and my uncle's basement, who passed away just last Thursday. I can remember going down in their basement, and I can remember playing the Changes in Latitudes, Changes in Attitudes album. I can remember playing that on the record player that I now have. And so, I think that for people out there that are only familiar with the beach music, you should give it a little bit deeper of a listen. And I really think that Jimmy Buffett belongs in that argument alongside of like Hank Williams and Bob Dylan and Merle Haggard as one of the all-time great songwriters. He truly was. And so, it's been sunny here in East Tennessee, and for some reason his music seems to make more sense when the sun's shining. So I've been driving these backcountry roads and listening to him and stumbling across songs going, oh man, I forgot about that one. I forgot how good that song is. Railroad Lady is one of my favorites. He Went to Paris, God's Own Drunk. Pirate Looks at 40 may be my favorite of all time. But there's In the Shelter. There's My Head Hurts, My Feet Stink, and I Don't Love Jesus. He had a little bit of everything in there for people, and he's going to be, and the guy created an entire culture around his music. And I get cracked up when I'll see cover bands talk about the music they play, and they'll say, we play top 40, we play country rock, and we play trop rock. And I'm always like, you're just playing Jimmy Buffett. Because anybody else that labeled themselves trop rock, they were imitating Jimmy Buffett. But they can imitate him all day long. They can never duplicate that. And his songwriting and his music will be missed. And but it's here. It's here. It's going to live forever. That's the thing, when a family member dies, someone close to you, you have their stories that you'll latch on to forever. And you'll pass those stories down to your children and their children, and that's how those people will be remembered. And when someone like a Jimmy Buffett dies, his music will live forever and people will always hear it. So they say that you're not actually dead until the last person says your name for the last time. And if that's the case, if that's true, Jimmy Buffett will never die. So rest easy, and I hope he's sailing on a sea somewhere right now.